many weaknesses, but that is one strength I do have. And I think a lot of us have been really geared up, but sleep is something I can sacrifice. But I really enjoyed the sleep I got yesterday. I needed it.
So is there any chance of finding a spot for that cinema screen? It looks like a bit of fun. I watched a couple of one of the quick little videos they sent me.
Yeah, it's super rad. It's just going to take me a minute to try and track down if we can make space on the ground for it. So, yeah, but, when it doesn't rain, it pours. So I definitely haven't forgotten about it, Cheryl, but it's going to take probably more than a couple of minutes to suss it.
Hey, guys. I don't know if anyone's on the other channels, but if you guys get the word out that if you're traveling anywhere in the Kitchener, Cambridge, Waterloo area, get off the road. We can't even open our doors here. It's coming down so bad in the wind. It's beyond blizzard conditions.
Yep, that'll be cool. I mean, won't even be, if it's not sorted overnight, I'm not going to be surprised. So just let me know tomorrow how it goes so I can let them know, please.
10-4, so that was Kitchener, Cambridge, Waterloo area. Very bad weather conditions. Get off the road, stay home.
Yeah, we've got people standing inside. We can't even get out the door. I'm at the Flying J in Ayr on Cedar Creek. We have space for trucks if they need to. But get off if you can, or pull over, whatever, just get off the road.
Absolutely. As soon as I know, you'll know, I promise. I might just get you to add me so I can PM you if you're not in the channel.
I think I just did. Oh no, were you the lady, Grayscale? Have you changed your name?
Thank you for that.
If anybody's in the Kawartha Lakes, Peterborough, Durham region, roads are pretty darn greasy here too, just so you're aware, and I can hear the wind outside, so it's not a good night.
Oh, go off, aunties.
I'm in Waterloo, and I just went and looked outside. I mean, I could hear the wind, but I wasn't, and I was finding it pretty loud, but I never bothered to look out. Yeah, it's pretty windy, and it seems pretty cold. Oh, my goodness. Anyways, but yeah, there's a lot of wind, and not nice, and that's Waterloo.
I just added you, Cheryl, so I hope you got that. It's Lady of Grayscale, or Grayscale, it will be the names that I come up as.
You know, it's bad. I can't even see our gas pumps right now, and I'm not that far from them.
Wow, that's something else.
This is quite the substantial winter we've had, guys, eh?
I'm kind of enjoying that while the truckers are, quotation, occupying Ottawa, we're getting all this snow. It's making efforts on the other side that much more difficult, and it makes me smile. Anyway, hold the line. Love you guys. Awesome work. Wish I could be there.
You know, it's funny how it makes you smile to have such weather during the trucker convoy held up in Ottawa. Anyways, and I just thought, well, if they have more or less conscripted tow trucks to move the semis, well, you know, I guess those tow trucks aren't going to be able to be out there on the highways if they're looking after Ottawa, which is nice and peaceful.
I don't know if this is an overshare, but I need to do laundry. So today I will be doing my research and engagement in a mini skirt and tights in February. Staying inside though.
Fabric of the mini skirt needs to be known right now.
It is burgundy corduroy.
Oh my god, so 80s, yes!
I was playing cricket today, guys. It's actually one thing that you can do while you're unvaccinated, by the way. So, just letting anyone who might want to play cricket know. But I was just wondering if someone might be able to give me a quick rundown on anything important that happened today.
With buttons down the front. I was looking specifically for it because I used to wear something like that like 7 years ago, and I don't know whatever happened to it, so I had to rebuy.
80s was the best year. I had so much fun in the 80s.
My mom dressed me in like acid wash jean jackets and corduroy skirts with like tights with like print on them. Yeah, love me some 80s. Love me some corduroy mini skirts.
Hey everyone, that link is in Israel. Our Freedom Convoy thing has spread wide and far and huge.
I pictured that. That looked so cute. I remember some of the kids down around here wearing stuff like that. That's adorable.
Oh, and don't you know I rocked a side pony? Gotta have a side pony with that look.
Definitely, for sure, with the big scrunchie on top.
Oh boy, that's I kind of feel like like mixing it up and doing a side pony, but I don't know if it'll put me in the right kind of mood for today. Maybe it'll be like my way of sending positive, joyful energy. I don't know about that, but yeah, the mini skirt's gonna happen. It's not that short, but like it's definitely not a normal skirt.
Oh, girl, put that scrunchie in up on the side and face your day.
Put it in. Wear your skirt. Be proud.
Skirt lengths change depending on what's going on politically and economically, right? I think when times are, I don't know which way it is, like when things are free. Yeah, when things are free, the shirts go shorter, I believe.
Absolutely. If you look back in history, the tighter the government. Remember when it used to be like shameful to show your ankles? And then the 80s happened and everybody did awful white powdery substances and wore bad clothing that didn't cover much.
And the 1920s, the flapper girls, and the during the Roaring 20s, and then we had the 60s with the peace love movement. And now, guess what, guys? I think we're in another peace love movement.
We are Canadians. We are strong. We will get through this. Hard times ahead. We hold together. We pray together. We'll be fine.
We have a bit of a ladies' club tonight and talking about the 80s and scrunchies. Do you guys remember those elastics that looked like a figure 8 and they had the bead on each end of the 8 and your mother would put them in your hair and it would like smack your skull and you'd be like, oh my God! And mom would be like, stop complaining.
Baubles. Oh my goodness. I was lucky not to have that because my mother, I had like really tight curly hair, so she kept my hair short. But watching my mom put it in my sister's head, oh, it was so much fun watching. She'd snap her knuckles every time.
George, there's a few people who's commented about possible locations for you to pitch your tent. Just have a look.
People say, you're not supposed to wear certain clothes over a certain age, but I'm in my mid-30s, and yeah, I don't care. As long as I like it, I'm gonna just wear it.
Sweetie, I'm 55 years old and I still wear what I want to wear and I don't care. And I'm going to do it until I'm 112 in a rocking chair.
I'm in my 40s and I get those like super short, sassy haircuts. Like I have like the undercut shaved on one side with, this. Anyways, just sassy short haircuts. And my mom's always like, don't you think you're getting a little old? And I'm like, Mom, shh.
Age is but a number. It's how you feel.
You only live once. I know it's cheesy, but YOLO, and you only have one body. And I think that's a value of this movement. So do what you like.
Since we have a room full of ladies, I think I'm going to get a whoop whoop for this one. Remember when you were like 17, 18, and you're like, oh, look at this little pouch of a belly. I'm so fat. And now I'm, in my 40s, and I'm like, God, I miss that little pouch of a belly because I've got like 10 piled on top of each other.
I went through a crisis when I, as certain misogynistic men say, hit the wall. Like when you start to get older, I went through a years long crisis, but now I don't give a F. I'm happy. And I'm enjoying myself. And yeah.
I just think it was funny that I spent the better half of my young, skinny years hating my body, and here I am in my 40s, much, much, much larger than I was back then, and I'm like, meh, whatever.
Absolutely. But speaking again of, the hero live streamers, we have we had a lot of young guys, like I think ZOT, who unfortunately was removed from the protest yesterday. I don't know what happened to him, but his sister has taken over the channel, Charlotte. But anyway, Travel Fund 69, I think he's at least late 40s, if not early 50s, and he's competing, like he's not he's a very energetic guy. Like he's really holding his own.
Just gonna ask, are there any men still listening tonight, or is it just us ladies?
I think they're just eavesdropping, and I don't think they want us to know that they're listening.
Girl talk.
The only way men know what women are like.
Jerry, do you have a kitty nearby? I thought I heard a brrrr.
Yes, I do. And she's been my savior this year. It started as a favor to a granddaughter, and for a few months, and it was decided that I would get to keep her. And I'm very, very happy about this. And I'm not a cat person, but, amazingly enough, she's fabulous.
What's your kitty's name?
Her name is Minette, a French name.
Cute.
I call that the activation noise. I've got 2 kitties. I used to be a cat hater, but my spouse adopted 2 kitties from shelters that are absolutely amazing. And the one of them, every time you touch her, it's like the on button is what I call it. It's the activate cat.
That is too cute. I've had animals ever since I was little. Dogs, cats, guinea pigs, gerbils, birds, bearded dragons, chickens.
We talked about chickens for quite a while overnight. You guys missed the show.
Bummer.
Oh yeah, quite the discussion on chickens and ducks.
Ducks are pretty, yucky to eat.
Baby chick doo 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 doo, baby chick doo 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 doo, baby chick doo 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 doo, baby chick. Beep beep.
My husband sat across the table just started to chuckle when you started to sing that.
Okay, so there is an app. Give me 1 second. I need to tell you guys the name of the app. I can't remember it. But what it does is you take like a selfie of yourself. And obviously, you're not going to take a selfie of someone else. And you put it to music. And this app animates you and makes you sing the song. And it is incredible. I have my son doing Baby Shark, and it is the cutest thing I've ever seen. Let me find the name. Okay, so the app is called Wombo. So WOMBO. Super fun. It's free, and yeah, love it.
Now I'll have to do that because I've got my 2 grandboys coming, and we'll have some fun with that.
Oh goodness, you can do duets. So you can take a selfie of like 2 people and then combine them to sing like "In the Jungle, the Mighty Jungle," and then the other one will do the It's ridiculous. It's so much fun.
I don't like this. There's no live streams. Where is the streamer War Campaign? He was on yesterday morning. Wake up, War Campaign, please, please.
So, what happened last night? Anything else?
I believe after the thing happened with the horses around 5 p.m., whenever that was, they stood in a line for a little while, the police, around the crowd, but not near as aggressively as before. Like a much looser, like spaced out line. And then I think there's very little police presence right now, but the last 2 days have showed us that dawn is usually like 6 a.m., 6:30 a.m. is usually when they take action. However, maybe they won't do anything today because they are having that MP debate at 7 a.m. So maybe we get some reprieve. Yes, please, God, please, please let this be a day of just serenity.
Right? And I read that the woman that got trampled, she's okay. She just has a sore shoulder, and yeah, I'm so glad with that. I was like horrified. I was disgusted. Like, what were they thinking?
I'm literally having tears of joy right now, realizing that they probably won't move in this morning. I'm so happy.
That person that tried to shield that lady, watching them get arrested, just holy crap. Sorry about my language. I know that's not a swear, but still not awesome. I'm hoping when you watch that video, if you get the longer version of it, you see what happens before and you see the response after. You can actually see the shame in some of those officers' eyes. They can't look anybody in the eye, and they look distraught. And I hope that resonates for a day or two, and they back up a little bit, because what happened today was just, oh, wow.
Does anyone want to say a prayer for peace and serenity today? And for the well, forget the MPs. Like, they're gonna do what they're gonna do. But does anyone want to say a prayer of hope that everything is just peaceful and loving today and no drama?
I'm not a religious lady, or I would totally lead a prayer. However, I am a spiritual lady, and what I do hope is that everybody wakes up today with a glimmer of hope and love in their heart, and that they stand up for what they believe in, and it doesn't fall on an unhearing ear, and that they are met with kindness as well as and respect. And I hope things do remain peaceful, and I hope above all hopes that the vote goes through, that the Emergencies Act was an overreach, and even larger than that, I hope that Justin Trudeau takes a step back and just realizes all that needs to happen is him to admit, I'm sorry, I've done bad. Let's try to fix this. Those are my hopes. That's what I'm putting out in the universe. And hopefully, fingers crossed, tomorrow is an uneventful day, minus that vote. That vote needs to happen, and it needs to... Yes. Anyways.
Thank you for that, James. That was amazing. And it's actually today. It's already today. It's already tomorrow. I know I've stayed up many a nights on here. Are you in Eastern Standard Time? I think you said you were. Are you gonna head to bed ever today?
Yeah, it's 5:16. I'm probably not going to bed because my sleep schedule is very messed up. I've been dealing with mental health issues and taking time off work, and racing mind, racing thoughts keep me up. And this has been a way that I've been coping, is sitting here and talking to you lovely people. What usually happens is I go to bed at like 4:30 in the morning, and then I sleep till like 4:30 in the afternoon. So what I decided is that I'm going to pull an all-nighter and go to bed tomorrow night at a very reasonable hour, because I will be tired, hopefully.
I love to hear it. And yes, I've been there. I've definitely been there. You know, I'm not religious either, but I think I'm starting to be. And I'm not even like frustrated about, because I was raised very religious, and it was definitely a departure. Like, since I was 17, I kind of just, I went away with it. And I've had moments where I've wanted to pray for myself, like several times where I was like, please pray for yourself, like you need prayers, and I couldn't do it because I didn't believe. But these events have made me actually feel affected by prayer, and I'm grateful for that, and I don't even feel resentful of my family about mistakes I think they made.
Awesome. I'm not down on religion by any means. Respect everybody's beliefs. Just me personally, I find that I can't commit to one single religion is the problem. Like I find like a good thing out of all of them. There's like one or two things that you can take out of every religion, and then you could combine those, you'd have like the perfect religion. But that's not going to happen. So I just say I'm spiritual, and that's that.
Well, it's easiest to hide a lie, even a big lie, in a kernel of truth. And so, as the result of that, it kind of boils down to faith. Its greatest enemy is actually religion. It's very hard for faith to strive in religion because of the divisiveness and so on that goes on there. Anyways, so I don't consider myself religious, but other people do think that of me. And it's very hard to explain that, no, it's not a question of religion, folks. Can you not see? There's nothing. It's a question of faith, And so anyways, churches do, I suppose, religions do serve a great purpose in the sense that they do provide fellowship when there isn't lockdowns anyway. And that is really, really important. So they can get the good out of fellowship, and that's important for all of us. But there's something I wanted to say. You mentioned proud to be a trucker a little earlier. Somebody mentioned her, and I was wondering where she was, and I thought I'd take a look at the weather in Holland, in the Netherlands. And they had up to 141-kilometer winds. They call it Storm Eunice is the name of the storm. And so there's a lot of damage and all sorts of things going on over there. And there's power outages in the UK and in Ireland as well. So, maybe, I don't know, I just hope, I want Proud to be well. I want her to be okay. She may be out of power, I don't know. But we can think of her this evening as we raise up all the people in the convoy, all the supporters and moderators, and especially those that are on the ground in Ottawa, as well as the people in the Netherlands and Ireland that are supportive to us, and hopefully that they are well in this storm. And Creator, Father, I ask you to look after us all and to give us all the discernment we need to see truth, to know truth, and give us all the hunger to seek after righteousness, and to have the strength and courage and wisdom to stand against lawlessness. These are the things I ask of you this night, Father, in the name of the Lord Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen. And on a funny note, he can stop sending things my way tonight.
Amen. Yes, the weather, Lord, ease up on it a bit. Ecclesiastes. Okay, does anyone know how to pronounce ecclesiastics? Someone, I don't remember if it was anyone who's still chatting right now. It's just like things are kind of blurring together. But I do remember James and Tracer. Tracer went to bed, and James is still online. I see GSP is now online. Of course, lovely Jerry is online. There's a lot of listeners, but someone brought up Ecclesi whatever's 10 book. Is it book 10 verse 4? So it's like the trucker code 10:4, and it actually is relevant to the situation, and I can read that. If a ruler's anger rises against you, do not leave your post. Calmness can lay great offenses to rest.
Wow. I don't recall reading that, and I know I've read Ecclesiastes before. And do you want to give me the verse again, please? Oh, it's chapter 10, verse 4.
Ah, yes, chapter 10, verse 4. Okay, yeah, it has been a while since I've allowed a Bible into my line of vision.
And for your question, it is Ecclesiastes.
That makes sense. Ecclesiastes. Okay, great.
George, did you get sorted?
Says the non-religious lady. Kind of funny. Just I was actually brought up religious, so.
Yeah, I mean, my bad situation with religion is like, if you just put your faith in God, but don't allow, if you do believe in God, allow him to come through in your actions. That's the thing. So instead of solving problems, they just prayed, and that was definitely built up a lot of anger and resentment, and also, education that I received, like talking about religion and the treatment of women and, colonialism and, political benefits of having people who are religious. The meek shall inherit the earth. And so that way people in power can remain in power, things like that. Sorry, I'm not upset. I just drank water the wrong way.
Well, right now I'm reading a book called The Illuminator for the third time, and it occurs during the 1300s and the Middle Ages. And it is really good. It really brings you into the book, like you're almost there kind of thing when you're reading it. And it's really great to show how royalty and the lords and so on and the church would oppress people and using religion to manipulate them and keep them down for their personal gain, for the gain of the crown or the church or whatever. And it is just so really good. And that's around the time of John Wycliffe, who was copying the Gospels in English, and he was being persecuted as well as any of the people, the Lollard monks, if you will, who were trying to give the actual Gospels and so on to the people in English, rather than to have them listen to everything in Latin, oftentimes by priests who really could barely read. So, it really shows the oppression. It's harder for us today to see the oppression of today because it looks a little different than then, but it's the same oppression.
Amen to that. I think quality of life is a lot better now than it was back in the day, but, we have a lot of different struggles right now. A lot of things are much more complicated. Yeah. Is there anybody who's listening that wants to come in?
Only if I can vent for a moment.
Please do.
Just remember to try and leave the, it depends on how fired up you are. If you're going to, I'm just joking. Just remember to keep it PG. But of course. Just kidding.
Oh, don't worry. I already let the non-PG go already. We're getting hit with a storm. Fine. Hey, I'm supposed to be off in half an hour. That's not happening. And about, an hour and a half ago, the main water filter just decided to blow. Came shooting across the room, and you can imagine how much water came out.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and it doesn't look like the staff for the next shift can make it in. And I'm supposed to be back here for 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Oh my goodness, girl, I feel you. Like I said, I work in the hotel business, and we only have one lady on front desk at a time. So say I did 7 a.m. till 3 p.m., and then the 3 to 11 calls in sick, I get to do 2 shifts. So it could easily turn into a 16-hour shift with no plan, and you're like, oh my goodness. I feel for you, girl. Totally do.
Well, if we can't get the staff in, this is going to turn into 3 shifts in a row.
Let's hope the staff come in for the following shift. So it's just a horrible double, not a nightmare triple.
Can I ask in what part of the country you're in and where the storm is taking place?
I'm about 45 minutes, an hour west of Toronto.
Oh my goodness. It's not very nice. And how are you dealing with all this water?
I got the water turned off.
Right, of course. Of course. You still have power, so that's good.
Yeah, still power. I mean, we still have some water. It's not that we don't have water. We do have some water. The other side of the filter is still turned on. I just turned off the main one. Thankfully, I knew how to turn it off because no one else here knows how or would know what to do. We have no maintenance here right now. It's a weekend. And top it all off, yesterday, or I guess the day before yesterday, I don't know, Thursday, I'm mixed up. I spent 11 hours getting water out of my basement.
My goodness, you have an affinity for water. I would expect that you're going to grow some fins pretty soon. Sorry, I'm just kind of trying to make it light a little bit. So sorry.
I'm so sorry to hear all that. I'm going to crack a joke to hopefully make you smile. I'm a Little Mermaid fan. We could sing Under the Sea.
Oh, God, no more water. Please, no more water.
What a way to wake up.
Okay, so random question. I just got a message through Facebook asking if I just messaged somebody, which I haven't. They're from Australia, and they have a political image as their profile picture. Has anybody else had this, or should I be concerned? I've noticed some weird things going on since I started following a few Facebook pages. Anyways, yeah. Anybody else had anything weird going on? It's 5:30. All of my friends are either at work or in bed and not messaging me, so it's really bizarre.
Okay, well, no, I haven't had that experience as of yet. However, I do get scam alerts from the Better Business Bureau, and yesterday, one of the scam alerts is somebody, they know your name, they know your number, and where you work, and this kind of thing, and they pretend that they're your boss, sending you a text and telling you to do a certain thing, usually something like, would you go get some gift cards and send them to such and such. That's one of the things they use. So they're warning people to be very careful because it really sounds like it would be coming from your boss. So that's one of the latest scams they've come up with texts and everything. So...
Not worried so much about a scam. I'm wondering if I got hacked is the thing. If somebody's got control of my Facebook and is sending out messages on my behalf. That's what I'm worried about. Yeah, like I said, just really weird stuff's been happening since I started following certain pages and becoming more verbal about my beliefs.
Change your password.
As she said, just change your password and then block them and see what happens. It's probably just a phishing scam.